My name is Tyson Baker, and I am the father of True Baker, and he is autistically awesome. Autism is a ability. It is the ability to focus on one thing or another very intensely to the point where other things go unnoticed or untaken care of because your focus is so intense on one particular area or another. Some people call it a learning disability or a special needs situation, but I'm very careful about the way I label my son and his abilities because what is normal anyway? Because I know everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, and nothing happens to me, it happens for me. Even the fact that I have a child with autism happened for my advantage because I know who my God is. And I know He wouldn't put me in a situation that I couldn't handle. He wouldn't put me in a place where I couldn't thrive and get some kind of blessing out of it. If you have a child that has autism, be very patient. Be very patient with your child because every child is different, of course, but autism is very hard to understand and it's very hard to deal with some of the outbursts and some of the idiosyncrasies and tics and things that they may have that aren't like normal kids. And a lot of times they don't know what they're doing. They're kids, but autism kind of heightens that in a way. And you just have to be very patient with them, be very loving to them, and know that one day they'll get it. The world needs to know that autism is not a disability, it's a superpower. It is something that we have not yet understood or fully delved deep into the depths of it. But I think autism is something that a lot of families and a lot of parents really need to know that it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. Your son or your daughter isn't especially cursed because they have a learning curve or they learn differently. It's actually a good thing because it helps you to be more attentive to their needs. That's why they call it special needs. So by them being more needy or needing your help more, it makes you more attentive to your child. I mean, how many times do parents just put an iPad in their kid's lap and never turn around or look at them or even interact with them? With my son, I'm always present, and that's a gift. I never thought about that actually. I never thought, do I have autism? But I know very early on in my childhood, I did have some behavioral disabilities or behavioral issues that was diagnosed as hyperactivity. And I was medicated at the time. And, you know, it was kind of embarrassing because you just want to be like everybody else. You want to be normal. You want to be like everybody in your class. And, you know, they used to make me feel bad by on the loudspeaker they would always say, Tyson, time to come to the office to take your medicine. And it would just like make me cringe, like I don't want everybody to know I'm taking medicine. But honestly, it was something that I guess at the time they thought was the best thing for me because, you know, I was a wild child. I was really hyperactive and I was all over the place, and the Ritalin that I was taking at the time would help me to be more focused and help me to sit down for long periods of time and be able to give the class the space that they needed to learn. And then as I got older, it turned into a diagnosis of bipolar disorder and manic depression, and I just was so I was so extremely angry. I was really angry. I had a lot of anger issues, and I was angry at my mom. I was angry at my dad because they actually put me in a place where other mental patients were for a very long time, maybe like 2 weeks. And after that experience, I really never was the same. So I understand that being a person that has mental health issues, how important it is to be vocal about your mental health and letting people know if you're not okay. Because it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to continue to not be okay. Yeah. So in the beginning, when I first found out that my child was diagnosed with autism, there was some sorrow there because I realized that my journey wasn't going to be like everybody else's, and knowing that I was going to be on a hard road and my child may or may not be able to throw a football or may not be able to build a model car with me or fly a kite. And those are some of the things that I was looking forward to as a father to do with my child and kind of relive my childhood. And when I realized that that might not be in the cards, uh, it turned into like a more of a mission to make sure that I'm loving him just like I would if he did not have autism. And I'm doing all the things with him that I would if he didn't have autism. I'm taking him all the places that I would take him if he didn't have autism. So it's not as if I don't know that my child is different or special. It's just that I treat him different and special because he's my child. And I think that every dad out there should know that. Just because he is not like everybody else or she's not like everybody else, still your child. And you should love them the same as you would if they didn't have autism.